forth. Hear the voice of the bard, who present, past, and future sees, whose ears have heard the holy word that walked amongst the ancient trees. Hearing, I just lost my place in my poem. I got to start that again. I'm trying to put my stuff here together. I am behind here. Just getting set up here for your spiritual entertainment. You got the bunny cam on right now. Lost my place in my introductory poem, which I will. Let me get this stuff set up here so I can, I got to put my music on here. We got the bunny cam going here. The bunny cam is going. We are live for your spiritual entertainment in the morning. Nothing more, nothing less. Got my music. All right, music is on. Why can't I hear it? Why can't it? Dun, dun. That's why. All right, I have it on the wrong music here. All right, turn it up. Turn it up. There. All right, that's loud. Loud music. All right. Okay, now we got to get this on here. Oh my, the things I must do, right? There's the bunny cam. As you can see, Mr. Bunny there. All right, the live bunny cam. There, he's given her a nice clean, right? Mr. Bunnyworth here. He's giving live bunny cam here for you. He's bashful. Look, he doesn't want you to see him. Come on, bunnies, turn around here. Over here. Want another treat? Come over here. Come over here. Want a treat? Here. Oh, look at that. Ooh. It's a treat for the bunnies. He's like, you're not bribing me. There, that's better, right? The bunny cam. For your spiritual entertainment privilege. All right, now, hear the voice of the bard, who present, past, and future sees, whose ears have heard the holy word that walked amongst the ancient trees, calling the lapsode and weeping in the evening dew, that by control the starry pole and fallen light renew. O earth, return, arise from out of the dewy grass. Night has worn and the morn rises from the slumberous mass. Turn away no more, while wilt thou turn away? The starry floor, the watery shore, is given thee to the break of day. It is good to be with you, my friends, here live, bunny cam, for your spiritual entertainment privilege. Just turning a little bit there, so you could see these precious, precious creatures here. Oh, they are so precious. Good to be with you, my friends. Try not to get the messy room here. This is my son's room, and that's where the bunnies live. All these wonderful people here already. Look at this. We have our good friend Billy, a long time member of the program here. Appreciate you being here with us, Billy. Always nice to see you. And Gwendolyn, the high priestess of the orchard, is here. Asadai, good to see you. And Trampus Bowmaster, the walking work of Celtic art. Good to have you here. And lover of goats. And Kimberly Nielsen, good to have you here live on the Bunny Cam. Live on Bunny Cam right now for your spiritual entertainment privilege. And we also have, what is here? Who else is here? Vixen, the servant of Anubis, is here. Live on the Bunny Cam here. Good to be with you. All of these wonderful people here. All of these wonderful, every day you are here, right? You starting late today, you're on 5 a.m. Yeah. On Thursdays and Fridays, I got to take my kids to school. So that is why I am late. See, I got to bribe, they are camera shy. I got to bribe my bunnies to be on here. They're curious creatures, and they're trying to investigate now what is this tripod thing here? They're like looking at it. Are you frightened of the tripod? Mrs. Bunny's like sniffing it. She's like, now she's going to be kind of annoyed here. Lay down here. Relax here, my bunnies. Relax here. You got so many fans here that enjoy you. right? Now this bunny here, this Mr. Bunny, he will let you pet him for hours. Now she's going to run off because she's shy. She is shy. She's really losing a lot of her hair. She gets really, really fuzzy and then just starts coming off. Look at all this bunny hair right there. But he's got a nice silky, silky coat. Mr. Bunny, all of these fans here, how they appreciate you. Now, Mrs. Bunny has run off. Oh, Mr. Bunny, where are you going? See that camera shy. I got to bribe them with treats. Bribing them with treats. You want some more treats? Come here. Now you've had your fill. Come on over here. I know you want another. Come on over here. Mr. Bunny, quit licking that paw. I got to spray. He's got like a little redness on his paw that I got to spray a couple times a day because he likes overdoing it, cleaning. He overdoes it, the cleaning here. All right. Is that enough for the bunnies? The bunnies have had enough today. Have you had enough, Mr. Bunny? Let's see here, Mr. Bunny. Look at all these people have come here to see you. And he's being frustrated right now. He's like, leave me alone, human. Leave me alone. All right. Do you want me to leave you alone? Have you had enough? You're just not comfortable. Oh, look at that. Look at that precious face. Precious face. Oh, so sweet. He's such a gentle rabbit boy. Yes, he is. There he is, gentle as can be. Oh, there you are, Mr. Bunny. Yeah, I got to spray your foot, don't I? I got to spray. He's always licking his feet, a little bit too much sometimes. Look at him. Always cleaning your feet, right? Always making sure they're extra clean. All right, we think we've had enough for the bunny cam right now. You guys are getting camera shy. You want to be left alone. You keep that foot clean, Mr. Bunny. Look at he's just really see what he does? He just overdoes it. He just keeps going at it. He just won't stop cleaning his foot. Mr. Bunny, that's why I got to spray you with what do I have here? I have a certain chemical that I spray on his foot. It's where's it at? This stuff here. This stuff works really great for your animals, your horses, everything. Rabbits, it's like the best type. One of our community members uses it on for their own healing as well. I forgot who it was. I think it was Jeanette. Mr. Bunny, what are you doing? You're going to stop itching that foot. Stop itching that foot. All right. He's wanting to run away. All right. Oh, okay. See you later. All right. That's enough for bunny time. Let me get the, let's see here. Put my green screen on here. I got to be careful because my room is a mess. My wife hates it when I put let's see, what is this here? Let's put this temporary green screen on here. Get back up here. I got to put my phone back together. Oh, my. Spiritual entertainment, my friends. Every day, 7 days a week for your entertainment privilege. Now, my bunnies, they're getting frustrated with me. Like, look at him. He's such an adorable creature. All right, there we are. Putting that down. All right, Mr. Bunny, stop itching that foot. I got to spray him real quick because he's going to keep doing it. Give me that foot. Give me that. All right. All right, never mind. He ran off. He doesn't like getting the spray. But they've been snacked out. I filled them up with all of these Timothy biscuits. They really love the Timothy biscuits. That's their favorite treat. All right, putting this stuff away. Getting all of my stuff here together. The bunny cam is now off. We are back for normal spiritual entertainment for you with, look what we have behind us. Some druid with his owl and crow on the left and the right shoulder here. Where am I at here in the chat? Let me see where I am. All of these wonderful people here. I got to renew my chat here because it's all messed up on my screen here. All right, there we are. Okay, let's see where we are. All my good friends here. Oh my, let's see here. Black Loki is here. Good to see you. Black Loki here for your spiritual entertainment privilege. Let me put the goddess on. I like the goddess in the background. Gotta have my goddess Kedidwin here. Yeah. All of these wonderful images there. I got all of these beautiful images. There we are. There's Caledon to me she is a spiritual guide and inspiration, kind of like a Christian saint, I guess you would say. Um, there's a lot of inspiration I draw from her, encouragement. She was an ancestor, and now she is a goddess. So I take a lot of inspiration from her. Let's see here. All right, where am I going? Scrolling through here, all of these wonderful people. Paladin Morningstar. You changed your name. Look at you, Paladin Morningstar. Speaking of paladins, we are playing D&D tonight. If you are interested in watching our D&D game, some people are like, I don't like watching it, but there are people that do like watching it. Here's my D&D channel. Tonight we are going to be playing. My players have experienced a banishment spell by a sphinx, and now they're in another plane of existence. And that's going to be a lot of fun. They think that they're dead, but they've really been banished. So that will be fun tonight. Bunny babies, yeah. Let's see here. He's a little camera shy. Yeah. They don't like the tripod. They're fine when I turn around and show the camera at them, but when I get the tripod out, they don't like it. It reminds them of what is my character, Lord Hung. You know, he's like a three-legged stool. If you've kept up with my D&D game, Lord Hung looks like a three-legged stool. So they're thinking it's Lord Hung there, wanting to come down and breed or something. You know, I haven't had we've been doing good with our conversations here, that we've been less flooded with Christian fundamentalism. It's been like 2 weeks, maybe a week and a half since I've had an exorcism. Remember, I used to get those every damn day. I had for about a year, people would come on here and give me an exorcism, but it's been a long time since I've had an exorcism. I mean, the demons are all piled up. They're like, let us out, let us out. So that's a good sign when the algorithm has, influenced your community where it only brings like-minded people in. So that's a good thing. The fundamentalism is becoming more rare. In the beginning, when I started first streaming, I mean, it was every day, right? But now, less and less, we have consolidated our community. I'd say probably around 10 to 20 people that come here regularly that have a like mind. Most people are in and out through the broadcast. I usually do about 2 hours, right? And normally we get during that time probably about 25 subs per hour, I would say. I'm just at minimum. So like-minded people, and we're blowing up in India right now. People from all over India. Our Indian friends stop in all the time. But one of I don't know which video it is bringing a lot of people from India here for whatever reason. Maybe I got a call center over there. Yeah, give them a chew toy. Yeah, they like chewing on paper towel. You know that when you're done with the paper towels, they love chewing on those. That's like a toy for them. So when I'm done using a paper towel or toilet paper, I give them the cardboard from that. They throw it around like dogs. Maybe I should record that. I'll have my daughter do that today, and I'll share that as a YouTube short tomorrow. Have the rabbits play it like a dog. That would be lots of fun, right? Yeah, we love animals here. Trampus has got some new videos out. His owl has returned. He's got a new goat video if you want to go check that out. We love animals here. Your cat overcleans himself sometimes too. That says anxiety. That's what it is. Yeah, my rabbit, Mr. Bunny, he just does that all of the time. Just keeps going at it. Now they have returned. Now that I've got rid of the tripod, see here, look at them. They have returned here. Let me show you. My bunny friends, look at. They are all in a relaxed state. Look at them. It's like, all right, he's got the tripod away because this is their blankie. They love their blankie right here. This is once was an Our Lady of Guadalupe blankie, and they've chewed it up. They've had a good time with it, right, Mrs. Bunny? You're not shy no more. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Precious. Yes, you are. Such a sweet, sweet rabbit. You have so many fans. You know that? You have so many fans, right? Everyone thinks that you're adorable. All of these people from around the world, they come here to see you and your lover over here, Mr. Bunnyworth. Yes, he is. He's getting old. You see that? The white hairs are showing up. He's becoming an old senior citizen rabbit because they are going in. They got 6 years with them now, and they usually make it to about 10 normally. We're hoping for more, make him the immortal. But we will see, right? We will see. All right. That's enough for the rabbits for today. We are all rabbited out. I got to plug in my phone here, moving all my stuff around here. Oh, man. I got up early today. Last touches on our D&D game for tonight. Putting in all kinds of goodies for my players. I spend several hours a week, preparing. All right, where at here? So you look like you have a Divon Rex black rabbit. Yeah, that's what it is. They are Rex rabbits. Yeah, that's what they are. And they are a little bit inbred, and a little bit their intellect is not all there. So they are disabled in some respects. But we love them for who they are, right? They're not like other rabbits that you would see that are more comfortable with being held. And the one is, they're both potty trained. They go to their litter box. But the one, he uses the whole bathroom for his toilet. He just shits everywhere. So they're a little bit behind in their mentality. But we love them still. Let's see. Your cat, let's see. He could be allergic to something. Maybe. Perhaps, yeah. Used to spray the orange biters to discourage chewing for your dog, the orange biters. So that's kind of like an orangey spray or something that your dog chooses not to do it. That's an interesting technique. We've tried all kinds of things. He'll just lick it off, whatever you put on. Like once I spray the healing gel on him, I have to give him a treat because he'll start just going licking it all off. I've tried all kinds of stuff. Good day, Riders on the Storm. Good to see our good friend here. The Green Man Oak Father, the Doctor vibes. Yeah, that was that image of that druid I put up. Yeah, let's see here. Where am I at? All of these. Let me pin this my message for my D&D channel there. Oh man, the bard. Oh yep. American Maker is here, my neighbor. Good to have you here, American Maker. One day I'm going to run into American Maker at a gas station or something around here because we are neighbors, right? Maybe at Walmart. My sports, nice cloak, follow cool guy. Thank you. I'm glad that you appreciate my bardic cloak, a symbol that honors my ancestors. Let's see here. Where am I at? Old school RuneQuest is hard to find. We have a person on here, one of our community members, Vixos. They love RuneScape. I don't know if they're going to be on today. I never got into RuneQuest. None of that stuff. Never got into it. Oh man. Let's see here. What is this person saying here? Oh my goodness. There's all kinds of people that are inappropriate. I'm a fake priest. I am not a clergyman anymore. I sell shit and you buy it. Oh, poor Vinny, are you sad that I got more followers than you do? Oh, poor Vinny. Yeah. Help you father demons out. Why not? Our large brother is here. Good to see. Why not? Our large brother. Good to have you here for your spiritual entertainment in the morning. Let's see here. Yeah, rebuking and exorcism. It's been a long time, right? I can't even remember the last demon that came out. All priests are basically fake. That's bullshit. You're just being a dick. There's a lot of wonderful clergy members out there. When I was a deacon in the church, there was good clergymen, lots of good clergymen. You're just being an asshole. In all religions, there's assholes, right? And there are assholes that are outside of religion. And here's an example: KAGJM2CS. He is a dick, right? He's an atheist dick. There's lots of them, right? And I have lots of atheist friends that come on here that don't act like assholes like this. Yeah. Lady Swamp Hodag is here. Good to see you, Lady Swamp Hodag. The funnies were funny at first, but they get old after saying same things over and over. Yeah, it's like a broken record, right? They have nothing else to offer. It's same old shit over and over and over again. Yeah. Let's see here. You are literally believing in some random guy's imagination, not backed by any history. No one's believing in anything. I'm an entertainer, dumbass. No one's believing in anything here. I entertain people. I use religions, certainly, and history to do that. You're just being a dick. Poor Vinny. What a poor example of a Christian, right? Now, we have a good Christian person on here, Billy, right? But this person here is just a poor example of what institutional religion will do to you. It'll make you an asshole. How do I know? I did it for years, right? Raining rains. Tick tock, tick tock. Time is running out. Another Christian fundamentalist. See, I speak of the devil, as they say, right? I started talking about it. Look what happens here. The demons come running in, right? I already have Jesus in my life. I don't need to repent. Everyone has a spirit. Not everyone has a soul. There's a lot of NPCs walking around. Yeah. I was watching something about Carl Jung, and he was talking about that a lot of people in society, they're like robots. They have been programmed to live a certain behavior. He was teaching that until you get in touch with your dark side, you're never really a good person. Being good has the real option of evil behind it. And when you can see that evil in yourself, then you can choose to be good. When you see your darkness within yourself, you can make that heroic choice to be good. But all these other people, they're just walking around NPC programs, right? There's no real goodness. It's kind of like you have these celibates in like the Catholic Church, right? You're not really a celibate until you've had the option to get laid. Then you're a true practicer of celibacy. Just because no one wanted to screw you doesn't make you celibate. I'm sorry. Being celibate, people who choose a heroic life of celibacy as a spirituality, you must have the option to be the opposite, or it is not real. It's an illusion. The idea of spirituality, the idea of goodness, comes out of a heroic choice. All right, let's see here. No Bible thumping, damn it. After I discerned out of religious life, I figured single life is for you, but lately more people have encouraged me in marriage for me. I don't know how to even begin to open up to dating. Any advice? Your destiny is to find, there's someone, I've told you, Billy, there is someone out there. You have to make yourself available. There is someone out there for you, but you have to have the courage to be involved in communities. You have to be, your desire for isolation, single life, comes out of your anxiety. You have to learn to overcome that. You have to learn to go out, to be present. And then that person will manifest to you. The idea of predestination. There's this person for you, right? But you have to do your part to meet that person. You cannot find that person if you continue in your weakness, right? You have to overcome it. You have to make yourself available. Your God is going to guide you. Your Lord is going to guide you. He is going to give you the courage and inspiration to find that. And I'm seeing, like within the Catholic Church, I'm seeing that for you. that there's someone in your community that is going to be that person for you, that's going to love you, that's going to worship you as a goddess, that's going to honor you and respect you. But you have to do the hard work of making yourself available for that person. That's what I foresee. And I certainly could be wrong, but that's, we've talked about it, right, Billy, in the past. Reading, we don't care about your religious beliefs, damn it. Yes, let's see here. Oh, my goodness, here. Jeanette E. Mitchell, good to see you, our good friend Jeanette. Good to have you here for your spiritual entertainment in the morning. Nothing more, nothing less, with our wonderful patron here, Keridwen, the goddess of the cauldron. Gather around her cauldron, friends. You see that word on there? It says Awad. That is inspiration. Keridwen is our muse here to inspire us, to encourage us to be the best we can be, right? To help others become great. If you wish to be great, you must learn to make others great. That is true greatness. Greatness is found in the other, not just in yourself. Going out and doing all of these accomplishments just makes you an isolated individual where you are separating yourself. There's nothing wrong with accomplishment, but accomplishment finds purpose in the other. Learn to give yourself to others. Learn to inspire them. You start with those who are around you, like your family members, your friends. Help look at their life as you are an ambassador of goodness for them. You are an ambassador of helping them to be great. Parents, you know this, right? You have all of your children. You have a responsibility to help them to discover their destiny, to discover their purpose. If you really want to be great in this world, you have to learn to make others great. That's where you find true purpose and meaning in terms of what we are doing here, right? Let's see here. Let's see. You got your kids to laugh for about a minute straight yesterday. The owl one was with you. Yeah, that's wonderful, right? As a teacher, you have this ability to make others great. A lot of teachers, you forget that, right? A lot of teachers out there, it's just a job. Remember when it wasn't a job? I know it's difficult. Children are difficult, right? But remember when it wasn't a job that you really wanted to inspire the youth. You didn't want to just go out there and somebody inspired you as a teacher. And you want to do this now. But your heart has been hard. It's time to renew that. It's time to see your children again as you are their inspiration. Think about that. You have the power to do that. Maybe your heart has been hard. Now is the time to make it afresh, to make it new, to inspire those people around you. Oh, look at this. Turbo Christ is here. And Pack edits. Jesus is your king. Wonderful. Keridwen is my queen. Yeah. Peter Martin, good to see you, our good friend. You have beautiful, strong winds. Whether the air you are breathing is good, healing, and is bringing snow from the mountains. Oh, that's beautiful, right? Those people that get to experience the mountains, right? There's something majestic about that, right? Did you ever get into Myst for the PC? No, I never got into that one. Myst is there's a lot of puzzles and things. I got into Zork, especially the books, but never the Myst game. Yeah, that was always popular. Zeus is our king. Oh man, yeah. If you look at like Zeus, all of these fathers of mythology, right? It all points you. Like I promote the idea of the archetype. Within all of us, we have these archetypes that put a face on the unseen, right? These things give us purpose. They give us meaning. They guide us. These realities that are within our psychology. And that's what you find in the mythology. The mythology helps you to take the journey to these archetypes. Now, if you take the mythology by itself, it can be quite terrible. The things that Zeus has done, terrible. Odin, terrible. Yahweh, terrible, right? But if you recognize that this is just something that someone is telling you a story, the story, the reality is real. But how we tell these stories, that is from our experience, and sometimes is quite inappropriate. Like I don't know why Yahweh is considered a father. I mean, he is far from it. Zeus is a terrible god. I mean, going around raping people, and Odin. I mean, some of these mythologies are quite terrible in certain aspects, but they help steer you into a direction, right? The archetype. We have to rise above this idea of the Word of God, where this is how the deity is. Some of you pagan friends of mine, you're still doing this shit. You're doing exactly what the Christians are doing with their mythology. You are doing the same thing. If we are going to enter the age of Aquarius, we must understand the idea of archetype. We must become the agnostic, the seeker, the searcher, who recognizes the value of myth, but is not bound to it, that sees the universal value, the universal truth. When you are bound to the myth, you become the warrior of the deity, where you're trying to get into Valhalla or a heaven or something else. You limit yourself but to the idea of a human being rather than a real deity. So we have to rise above that. And I see, like modern pagans, you're making the mistake of our ancestors. You are returning, saying this is how the gods really are, when they're not. That is how people have presented. The gods are certainly real. Archetypes are real. Our creativity is certainly real. There are beings all around us, a great cloud of witnesses. There are always, our ancestors are here, always trying to intervene in our life and to help guide us. These are real realities. But how we tell the story about them is from our perspective. And I think it's important. We are going into the age of Aquarius. And I think that we have to leave these chains of this is how the gods are behind, or we're going to keep repeating these mistakes. We're going to continue to be violent with our religion instead of using our religion to heal, to make the world a better place. Let's see here. All right. The Dagda is king for you, Vixen. Yeah, I like the mythology of the Dagda, as I've said many times. I think he is a more appropriate father figure. The idea of him being the good God, that means he's a good father, right? And it's kind of comical. I could see myself in the Dagda, right? Some of the comedy that you find in his stories, especially when he eats all of the food out of the ground from the former. He goes to eat with his enemies as an emissary of to the Dadanan, to the Formorlians, right? And they make them this big meal in the ground. He gets real fat. And in this comedy there, right? Now, does that mean he's a lard ass? No. The Dagda is just a mythology that helps our ancestors to take a journey, that helps us to take a journey. The ultimate realities, some people call it the source, or, whatever you want, it's personable. And you can relate to it. But you always have to sharpen and purifying your understanding. As you grow in love, you understand love better. And then you understand the ultimate love better. And you're able to critique your own experiences in the past. And you're able to critique other religions. The ultimate reality, I think, is based in love. That the deity is love. Deity is community. This is why I see in my ancestral symbol here, the triskelion, that God is community, father, mother, child. And we are the child, we have a mother and father. We are one reality, one experience. And that's a great mystery. You just watched Disney's Hercules last night, and I could just, Zeus is king. Oh, man. You remember the Hercules from the 80s, that movie with the guy who played the Hulk from the 80s. Lou Ferrigno, right? That's my favorite Hercules movies. Way back then. That was a classic. That really, when I was a young person, my parents weren't religious. So I would see stuff like that. I'm like, that's cool. I want a God like that, right? That's how I want my religion to be. I want my religion to speak to me. I want my religion something I can say there were gods walking around here. I referred to deity as Zeus when I was younger, because I didn't really have, Santa Claus, Zeus. I had all kinds of understandings of deity until probably about maybe 8 or 9. Then my uncle, who was he was a Christian Baptist, and he was a drug dealer at the same time. Oh, this was in Detroit. And he went around baptizing. He baptized my dad. My dad was already baptized. He was Roman Catholic. But the fundamentalists come around and say, we have the real stuff. And he was my dad's drug dealer. So they would have Bible studies and smoke reefers and things. A very interesting form of Christianity. But that's when this Jesus, the archetype, was introduced to me, and seeing the understanding of Father. And that's when I began to refer to deity in a more personable way as Father. And that's how it's always been, really. And Jesus was more of an archetype of a benevolent Father, as he still is today. Even though I'm not a Christian, I'm certainly Christianized, as some of you know. Let's see here. Today's kings have no respect for nature here. Going to be a cold day for you. Let's see what it is for me. Today it's going to be here in Florida almost 90 degrees. Oh, what a tragedy. All of the cold is gone. What am I going to do now? Oh, man. Let's see. Rubbing it in your noses, right? Trampus and Vixen are up there. The Vixen lives just below Icewind Dale. Trampus is up in Icewind Dale still. Vixen lives in Maine, which I call Luskin. Some of you Forgotten Realms fans, you know what I'm talking about. They might as well come out and say Yaldabaoth is king. Yeah, at this point, no critical thought. Yeah. The idea of what Christians have done to the Jewish tradition, I think, is an abomination. Modern Jews, they don't see their traditions as this is how God really is. They understand that Yahweh is a reality of how their ancestors understood deity. There's more of a universal understanding that they believe they are children of the Most High. But the Most High is good, benevolent, a loving reality. Not this asshole that you find in the liturgy, right? But for the Christian person, they say, this is how God really is. He does want you to murder children. And that's unfortunate, And that's why I left Christianity, because I don't accept the Bible as the Word of God. The Bible is a mythology. There's good stuff in it. Lots of terrible stuff in it as well, just like every other mythology. Cold and rainy day for you up there in New York. Trinity Ivy Moon's got rainbows, lightning bolts, and moons. Oh, my. Good to have you here, our good friend. Michael Danger is here. Oh, screw the snow. You're tired of it? Move down to Florida. You had 10-foot piles here for months. Oh, my. Yeah, I don't miss it, because I lived in Detroit. I don't miss the cold. I don't miss the ice storms were the worst, right? It starts kind of like raining a little bit and freezes up, and your power lines are falling down because they can't take it, or your roofs are caving in. Yeah, I don't miss that at all. Riders on Store, you've been celibate for 7 years. So you practice that as a form of spirituality. And that's beautiful, right? That's a beautiful form of spirituality. And so is people who marry. Marriage to me is a spiritual institution. I wish the state would get their damn asses out of our business, right? It's a powerful, universal spiritual institution that's been around since the beginning of time. The idea of the nuclear family, I think, is something. There's all kinds of new ways people are doing it, right? But I think that the tradition of the nuclear family, there's a sacred value in there that I find in my ancestors. I know people do it all different ways today, but I'm more old school, keeping that romantic notion going. Um, let's see here. Lauren Harrington is here, our official weather lady of the channel. What is it? The weather today is the follow is just this now. Close your eyes and repeat these 6 words. I am not the weatherman. Now enjoy the day. You're giving up your weather person hat, Lauren. You no longer want to be our weatherman. Oh no, say it ain't so. You used to come in and bring us all kinds of wonderful weather reports. All right, let's see here. Where are we at? How much do you know about yourself? If you never effed up, you never get to go to hell. Religious people are scared of going to hell. Yeah, there's a lot of things in religions that control the society. And this is nothing new. I mean, you can find it in ancient paganism as well. There are all of these things within mythologies that control. Like, let's go back to the ancient Mesopotamia, right? Let's go back to the ancient Babylonian religion. In their mythology, the king was the comes down from deity, and all of the rest of the people, they are just slaves to the gods. So this form of mythology was meant to put you in your place, right? Christianity does the same damn thing. You have this hellfire. It's meant to control your behavior. You have the second coming of Christ, meant to control your behavior. You have all of these things within this tradition that control people. And you have to learn to rise above that, or you're never going to, as long as you're being controlled by a deity, you can never really love the deity. I think these things are terrible and unfortunate. As long as there's control mechanism like the commandments, there's a bridge between you and the divine. There's a separation between you. You need to see that wall and destroy it. When you are in love with your deity, you need no rules. Your heart guides you. Your heart guides you in pleasing. Your heart guides you in seeking that embrace. But all of this other bullshit that you find in religions keeps you from that. Where does that come from? That comes from us. That doesn't come from the deity. The church wants to control people to this very day. Like, for instance, in the Roman Catholic Church, if you miss Mass on Sunday, you're going to hell. It is a mortal sin to intentionally miss the Mass. What kind of bullshit is that, right? You eat a hamburger, it's Lent right now, eat a hamburger on Friday, you're going to hell. That is one of the church has the authority given to them by Christ to make all of these bullshit rules. And if you disobey them, you remember the Pope is infallible because he said he was infallible. So you have to follow their rules or else. This is all bullshit. Now, there's a lot of Catholics, like my son, for instance, he still goes to church. And he recognizes the bullshit. I mean, he's a universalist. He still goes to church. He enjoys going there. Church is helpful to people, right? People enjoy going, and that's wonderful. But when you become enslaved to their rules, then you are a slave. I was a slave for a long time, and I am glad to be free. I have never been more free, never been more healthy, never been more alive in my life than I am right now. Let's see here. Where are we at? All of these wonderful people. All of these wonderful people here. Let's see where I'm at. Trying to catch up to your comments here. I know I get behind here, right? I get behind in the comments. Let me see here. Where am I going here? Is so beautiful, wind and sun and snow. Yeah. Kevin, nice to see you, our good friend. A mythicist. Kevin is a mythicist. If you've ever heard that word before, a mythicist does not believe that Jesus was a real person. He believes he was created as a mythology. And that could be very much true. We don't know. All right. Hiroshi, our long-bearded gas station man, is here. Get married and become a gamer. Yeah, pretty much, right? Billy, on choosing to be good, I get very annoyed when people say I never struggled with it. Right, wrong, and ethics are always developing for me. It's not easy, right? It's we are informed by our society. We are informed by what we experience. This is the evolutionary process. At the root of all ethics is survival, right? It is how to live the best, how to develop the best, right? How we should be living in this world, how should we be treating other people. It's all rooted in our survival, not a deity, but in what we are. We use the deities to try to guide us, right? We use our holy books and literature to try to guide us. But that reality of survival is from you. And it's always been here since we've been around, right? And for me personally, I can't prove it. I believe we've always been around. Now, I can't prove that, but that's just my, opinion. Nobody knows, right, where we come from. We make all of these things. I think Graham Hancock, he's a very interesting person to me. I know that some people don't like his archaeology, but he said something that I think is true. He said that there's a historical memory that is missing in the experience of our world. We have, I think, an ancient past that we have lost. We have lost that connection for whatever reason. And he draws upon the literature of the ancients where there was a great catastrophe, like a flood. You find that flood in all of these different forms of literature, right? And I think that there's something to that. We've lost connection to our past in some way, and we're kind of like reinventing ourselves, right? Let's see here. Oh, these wonderful people here. Knowledge is worth more than all silver and gold. The lion needs a new heart. Every religion teaches the golden rule, and much, much more than needed. Yeah. You see, you find in religions these good ideas, but then there's all this other bullshit that they say you have to do it all, right? The golden rule has always been around, right? Oh my, all of these wonderful people. Green Knight Tales has got up early, late night of the streets of Toronto, going around and spreading the joy of the community, of the culture. In the midnights, you see our good friend here, the Green Knight, and he's an expert at all things Lord of the Rings. If you have any, he answered my question, how do orcs breed? I've always wanted to know. I've always wanted to breed with an orc myself. That's why I asked. And he said that Tolkien struggled with that idea. There was like 2 or 3 ideas that were put forward, right? And the origin of the orcs. But the consensus was that orcs breed like us, like the humans, right? Or the elves and all the other people, right? The orcs do breed. And that's why they sometimes breed with humans. That's why you get half orcs, right? Oh, man. Where am I at here? Patricia is here, our good friend Patricia. Good to have you here. Celestials, most beloved, whimsical, magic, holy bard of wisdom, fun, compassion, wonder, grand morning. Friends, stay healthy and divine. Thank you. Appreciate all of you being here. If you enjoy what I do, you see that thumb up there on the top of your screen, right above Keridwan's head. Give it a touch. As I do this every day, you people keep me coming back here by allowing me to have commercials on my channel, by subscribing and liking, and for our community members, there's a join button. You people that buy me those coffees at small, medium, or large, you make me come back here every day to fulfill my obligation of employment. You pay me to be here. I am here. So I appreciate people that can like, that can subscribe, and to go the extra mile and buy me a cup of coffee each month. That is really helpful to me, and I appreciate all the people that can do that. I know not everyone can do that, right? I know that certain people have finances and things, but if you can, you get all kinds of benefits with that. You get all kinds of emojis, and you can join our Discord server. We have a wonderful, wonderful community on our Discord server. And I stream every day, sometimes from my grove, like I did yesterday. I did an extra long stream from my grove. I was hoping to be out there longer, but my battery was wearing out, right? Celebrating, we had 25K on Monday, or was it Sunday? I can't remember. That we had. Now we're going to hit 27K today. I mean, that's wonderful, isn't it? Right? At some point, it's going to slow down again. It goes up and it goes down. This is the most I've had. Something's going on in India right now. That's where most of my subscribers are coming from. What is going on over there in India? Oh, that they have come here to listen to the Bard. Who knows, right? Maybe the call centers, when they are trying to fix the viruses, they're hooking them up to the YouTube channel here. The old gods are the true gods. And we are the ones that make these gods, right? We are the ones that define them. We give them face. We give them meaning. We are the true gods. We are what brings all of these things together. Without you, there would be no deities, right? We are the ones responsible with our creativity by putting a face on it. Oh, let's see. Our Cavalier Returbs. Oh, my. Billy has retracted her message. I can't respond to your messages, Billy. If you retract them, you have to give me time, a moment to respond. Yeah, you finally woke up early enough. In Homer, they even speak of Zeus as Father Zeus, son of Saturn, King of Kings. Yeah, that King of Kings and Lord of Lords, that's not new. You find that in all mythologies. You have the exalted deity of the people that is greater than the other gods of other nations. Every nation's had their deities. And even in the Hebrew tradition, the idea was, our God has a bigger wiener than your God, right? That was a universal thing in the mythology of the ancient world. There was always these competitions of the gods. And sometimes you would go to war. That was a big problem. The war that would always happen in the name of the gods, right? And you find that in all the idea of a Valhalla, right? To go out and be this warrior, to go out, this tribal warrior deity, going out and killing and murdering and pillaging. I mean, that is an unhealthy thing. Valhalla to me is an unhealthy mythology because it brings violence. Now, I know that modern Norse pagans, they try to reform it, right? And that's good that you can do that. But that you have to look at some of the shit of our ancestors. It's not good. And I think, like in the Christian idea, the least being the first, that would have never worked out in many of the cultures of the world. They would have rejected that idea. It is a powerful idea that says that the least in our community, the least in our family, is the greatest. It turns the tables on this idea that the person that are greatest are the ones with the muscles or the brains or the looks or the money. This is how ancient civilizations saw their greatest was in all the things. It's really shameful that you have these health and wealth gurus like come around, like in Christianity, promoting this. There's nothing wrong with a healthy lifestyle, but they do it in a fundamentalist way where they make you feel guilty because you're not like them. I think that is shameful. These people selling their books in churches and stuff, that God wants you healthy, wealthy, and wise, or you are not blessed. Yeah, screw you. That's not what Jesus' teachings taught. The least, the person that's disabled, the person that can't pull up their own bootstraps, the person struggling in life, that is the greatest person. That is the greatest affection of the deity. And so you should look at that person. Becoming great is finding that person that you have to share that encouragement to, making them great. That is how we truly become great. And I think that is a powerful and important teaching that we all should live. That's something good we can take from Christianity. Yodin isn't the Marvel character they portray. He's cunning and treacherous, yeah. And there's all kinds of mythologies about it, right? Oh my! Most gods are just like us, yeah. Follow the man with the pitcher of water into his house, Aquarius, right? Your ancestors love me, yes. Yeah, we are our ancestors. Our ancestors are us. And one day you're going to be an ancestor, right? We are all a part of this eternal community. And it's important to leave something for. I was telling my children, as we celebrate the Wheel of the Year, and I do it in a way to honor our ancestors, right? And I was telling my kids the last festival, which was, was it 2 weeks ago, or was it last week? I can't remember. Ostaria, or Albin Island, as we call it. I was telling my children, I was saying, some of our ancestors lived a horrible life. They were enslaved. They were being raped. We were their hope, a better life. Our ancestors struggled, many of them. But we are their hope. And you have to bring that hope to the next generation. You have to encourage that vision to make the world a better place, one generation at a time. Let's see. Tradition is the democracy of the dead. And some of our dead are assholes. Yeah, you have to be careful with that. That is a Christian saying, right? The problem is what personify the gods and goddesses. Yeah. Manny, good to see you. Our good friend from Arizona. Prosperity for you and your family. Thank you. Thank you, my good friend, Manny. Always nice to see our good friend Manny. You stop in every now and then. We appreciate you being here for your spiritual entertainment every day. The only thing we can comprehend, we can compare. All right. God from the Bible, are vengeful, wrathful, or jealous. It seems odd. If I did those behaviors, I would be committing sin. Exactly. That's why the people, the masters of the material, they create this narrative where you have to reinterpret it, right? Oh, let's see here. God is love. Stay in love, friends. That's right, Patricia. Why would it be anything else? I think it's shameful when my pagan friends say, no, God is not love. God will destroy you. God gets pissed off. Well, screw your God. I don't want to serve a God like that. I don't want to have nothing to do with an asshole. It's shameful. Some of the my pagan friends, what you want to continue. Our ancestors were terribly, terribly wrong. And you're just repeating the same bullshit over and over again. It's shameful. You need to grow up. Let's see. Guys, we would be lower himself to lowest vibration. Yeah, exactly. Greeks acknowledge the monad, one God, was beyond human intellect. So that's what they have, lesser gods, titans, they come down. Yeah, that was a development within the Greek. The philosophical element helped develop a greater unity. But that wasn't universal. That was the philosophical, the higher educational element within the Greek tradition, that this monad, right? But that wasn't universal. Yahweh is vengeful and unloving as a dick. Steve Frosty, good to see you. Animals are higher forms of energy. Yeah, I think so. I think there's an evolution of consciousness, and the animal, I think, is right up there, right? Hercules was awesome. They still haven't made a better Hercules movie since the 80s. Yeah, I agree. I have not the Hercules, and what was the other Greek movie from the 80s? Clash of the Titans. Now the newer Clash of the Titans, that was okay, but there was nothing like that one from the 80s. That was a wonderful, wonderful movie that really helped cultivate an idea for me as a child, right? Some of these movies that inspire you, right? And mythology is supposed to do that. Mythology is supposed to take you on a journey. It's very healthy to see these things not just as fiction, but as something that helps you to take a journey in here. You share in the experience of the hero. You take that journey. In a lot of traditions, the bard, the myth weaver, the poet, they helped the community go on these journeys. They would tell the story. Maybe people were intoxicated on mushrooms or something. There was a coming of age, was the journey of the hero participating in it. We have lost that ability in our modern age to tell story. Story has been reduced to, this is just a bedtime tale. You need to teach your young people how to journey within themselves, how to develop an inner reality, to connect with that universal consciousness that is within all of us, those archetypes. That's very important. Unfortunately, because since the Enlightenment time, religion has been transformed to this just ideology rather than encounter, right? We've lost that, and it's making us unhealthy, not being able to take those journeys. One of the things, and I was talking about this the other day, one of the things I do in my family is when we get together for our evening devotion, I do what is called the light body exercise. The light body exercise is something, you can look it up, you can Google it. It's not a secret that we have in Druidry. It's a very introductory way to help you form an interior life using your imagination, seeing the light within your body, seeing the energy, to be able to see inside of yourself. Many people are unable to see inside of themselves. They function purely on instinct. But when you teach someone that there's something inside of here, you empower them. You give them purpose. You give them meaning in their life. And that's very, very important that we teach people how to do that. All right, let's see here. And animals are from angelic realms. You hear that, rabbits? You are from angelic realms. They agree. They agree. Oh, you want me to pet you? Okay. All right, there you go. There you go. Oh, so precious. So precious. Oh, my goodness. I'm just a big animal lover. I can't help it. You wish the bard was your dad. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people feel the same way, right? They want me to be their parent or lover. Mostly lover on here. Everyone wants to be a lover of the bard, right? Let's see here. It's a lopsided circle. Oh, no. Steve Frosty, it's been a while. You thought his daughter was moderating now. My daughter, occasionally she'll moderate my D&D show on my D&D channel. She doesn't moderate here because I do it all myself. Eventually in the future, we have a community. It's not too difficult to get through all the comments in 2 hours. But in the future, I'm definitely going to need higher employment if we keep going the direction that we are going, right? Let's see here. I'm in the GD snow belt in the mountains. Oh, my. You think what Christians and Jews have done to the pagan tradition is more of a travesty? Well, what did the Jews do? They didn't do anything to it. It was the Christians, right? But Christians weren't doing anything differently than other societies were doing. They wanted their religion to rule the world. I mean, it's no different. Let's see. I could see why Jesus traveled. I don't know about that. They have turned the Christ into an erigagor, a type of genie they pray to when they want to shit on or forgiveness from the. Yeah, that's an abuse. We create our own deities that allow us to be assholes, right? My saying is, when your God is an asshole, you will be one too. We do that. We do create these deities that allow us to continue on to be who we are, right? And that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate that they do that. Yeah, we see it all the time on here, right? The way that people act, that these Christians that come on here and act like dicks. Oh, let's see. No, you are not the weatherman. I am. Yes, Lauren. Lauren, you are the weather lady. Um, let's see. Northern Maine is supposed to get snow today. Oh, man. Oh, man. Let's see. The Bard has a reading issue. Yeah, I am illiterate. Yeah. I'm sorry. If sometimes I take a comment and I run from it. I take it in a different direction. I am illiterate. Yeah. Oh, let's see. Yeah. Yeah, you grew up Catholic. You grew up to hate it because of the strictness of the rules. Yeah. Yeah. My children hated it too because I gave them what I gave them, right? They were all happy to leave except my oldest son. He stayed in it. But the rest of them, I'm like, do you want, well, now that we're heathens, do you want me to still take you to church? And one of my children expressed, I think we've had enough church to last a lifetime. So they're not interested in it anymore. They worship gene was built into our avatars to break the God spell. Yeah. Lime, good to see you. Yeah, there's a good argument for that. That there, and I'm of the persuasion that there are, entities that are not good running our world. The idea that you find in Gnosticism, these beings, what do they call them? I talk about it all the time. These entities, the principalities, the rulers, as Paul the Apostle said, the archons, that they are beings that feed off of our energies. They need our worship. You should be suspicious when a god needs you to worship it. That tells you that it's not really a deity. Should be self-sufficient, shouldn't need shit from you, right? A deity, you'd be like, oh, I like you. The deity says, no, you must like me or else. You should be suspicious of that. DJ Kirtadwin spinning the turntable right here. Yeah, the cauldron turntable. Kirtadwin's got 2 turntables and a microphone. All right, where are we at here? Like and subscribe, my friends, if you are here for your spiritual entertainment. I'm going to be here for another hour. I will be with you. And then I will return to you tomorrow morning at the same time. Or no, 7 a.m. 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then tonight, if you're interested, down below is the link. Go subscribe to my D&D channel because I play D&D on here as well, on a different channel. I used to do it on this channel, but it was a nuisance to separate and put them all together. All right. You were told you have many lives. In most, I died very wrong. I've been soldiers, and one helped establish an ancient civilization in the Himalayas. Very interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, I've never had any past life encounters. I know that people talk about that they do. I've never had that. I'm of the idea, I'm open to that possibility, that there are people that experience that. But there's another option that I think you should consider as well, that your ancestors are trying to influence you, that what you experience is an ancestral memory. Sometimes our ancestors, they want to live out their lives through us, and they have regrets, they have experiences, and sometimes they share that with us. I think that is another option that always doesn't get talked about, right? It's always, oh, that's my past life. How do you know? How do you know it's your past life? Why can't it be your ancestor, right? I think there should be more options for you, because sometimes these past lives, they torment people, right? Well, if you could be an ancestor who's being an asshole. It's probably not you. I mean, these are things that I think people should be talking about. But when you have only one idea being presented to you, you think that's all there is. I mean, you can go further, that there's an intrusive entity as well. It might be an intrusive entity that's tormenting you with this idea. You don't know. You should consider all things. Scott, Super Scott is here. Good to see you, our good friend Super Scott. And our good friend the Roku. Good to have you here, Roku. Always nice to see you, our friend. How's your swimming pool lessons going? Your exercise in the pool? Heaven in girth. Oh my. Heaven in girth. So we're talking about this round, right? Beyond the horse. You're going full elephant on people. Helping rescue others' eternal fate is the number one job. Okay. Now you're talking about your private part. You're talking about girth, and you're giving us Christian advice. I like you. I like you. All right. Phallic worship. There we go. Metaphorically, literally, is very much a real thing, and has been all through the sands of time. Yeah, everyone wants to worship a penis, right? I was watching the vagina. One of the things that I've never heard people, when you see these, people discover, like in Germany, a 10,000-year-old cave filled with penises made out of stone. What are these, magic wands? Were they having fun with them, right? Why can't the possibility of a cave painting of a vagina be an ancient form of expressing their sexual desire, right? Maybe in an inappropriate way. That's never talked about. Everyone assumes that and I can understand why people like to worship vaginas, but why can't it be also something that a early form of perversion by these cave dwellers, right? Right? It's possible. No one ever talks about that. You walk into these caves, you see a bunch of vaginas on the wall. Oh, they really liked vaginas. They were worshiping women. Yeah, what if they were, gooning in the cave? You don't know, right? Let's see. Yeah, good to have you here, Patricia. Blessings, family as well. Stanza 15. A noble man, woman should be silent throughout in bold battle, but every man should also be happy and cheerful till the inevitable day of death. Oh my. Let's see. It's like those old-time westerns where someone is selling snake oil, claiming they have so many healing properties. Most often it was just water with some whiskey in it. Yeah. They made a lot of money, right? Back then. Everyone wanted a miracle. Some people are so desperate for meaning that anything that comes along, they'll grab onto it and won't let go. And that's unfortunate, right? That we're not providing people with an opportunity for purpose in life, that they need these things come around. Sometimes there's supernatural elements involved, right? That they just take anything that falls from the sky. It's because we're not doing our job to reach people and give them purpose and meaning, where they take anything that comes along, right? Anything that falls from the sky. And they say, oh, that's for me. Let's see. Be a good ancestor's right. Thank you, Bruce Bowling. Good to see our good friend Bruce Bowling here for your spiritual entertainment. Good to have you here. Our good Bruce always comes in. I got to grab a water real quick. He always comes in with these nice, positive messages. So we appreciate our good friend Bruce coming in here every day or so and saying hello. Thank you, Bruce, for doing that. And then if you're here and you're enjoying the show, go up and touch that button up there, right above Cadadon's head, the like button. That like button keeps people coming here. I could keep talking. I want to talk to you. That's what I do here, right? I have conversations with people. Without you here, I'll just talk to myself. And I can do that too. I'm really good at it, right? Yes, you are. Yes, you are good at it. Yes, I am. See, I can talk to myself. No problem at all. All day long, I can do it. All right, where are we at here? Oh, goals, yes. Only through struggle you regain your humanity. We're all part of a higher power of creators. Sometimes you need to rehab yourself. That's how you see it, Hiroshi. Be the miracle your ancestors prayed for. That's right. That's right. We are the new ancestors. So conduct yourself accordingly. Yeah, you are built on the backs of the ancestors, what they brought into this world, right? Daniel Berry Sports Highlight is here. Good to see you, our good friend, for your spiritual entertainment. Happy Friday. Happy Frig Day. Chris, most religious people live in society of capitalism and are a byproduct of it. They can't afford to sell their possessions and material wealth. It's ironic because they are the ones who are against socialism. Well, we don't really get into politics here. I don't have any problem. I think like a socialist myself, but we don't really get into that, the political element, too deeply, right? I was thinking about, I was looking at something the other day. I mean, you could get political with this. I mean, this is more, I think, a spiritual problem in the world today. But where I live in Florida, they have now made a law to death penalty for sex offenders. And as a father, I have 3 daughters. That's something that I think can be very helpful. But at the same time, I'm against, the idea that people can't reform. I think that people can reform, even though in something quite evil like that. So I understand the idea. But the problem, I think, we live in a very perverted world today. And it's getting worse. So you have some places making these laws. Like they brought the firing squad back in one of the states here to deal with a lot of people are death penalty now for sex offenders. And some people might say it's about time, right? But that is not the solution. One of the greatest things that is causing perversion in our world today, why we are afraid to let our children run around, is pornography. Pornography is what's making it. Like when I was in the 80s, it was a difficult thing to go get a porno mag at going to Hiroshi's store here, the gas station, get me a Hustler magazine, right? That was a difficult thing because it was embarrassing, right? Now, it is no problem to get involved in pornography. And half of the population is addicted to pornography. And that's not an exaggeration. Nearly half of the population, most children are exposed to pornography by the time they're the age of 11, right? And this is where a lot of this unhealth originates from. We have to learn to deal with that better, right? This is a great evil in our society that's not going to let us evolve. I mean, if half the population is addicted to this terrible thing that's destroying their mentality, you have to understand the chemicals up here. When you have a drug addict, for instance, you keep going back to the drug and it's more and more and more drug. The chemicals in your brain, you can't just smoke one crack rock. Now you need 2. Now you need 3. This is how pornography works. And that's why people get into child porn and all this other bullshit. Because you start out with one rock and then you keep going. It does not end. It never satisfies. And it destroys people's lives. So that is why we have a problem today. And that's not being addressed except by religious people. Religious people have always known that this is a problem, right? And this is something that we have to deal with better. We have to, and that begins in your home, right? It begins with, educating your children that sexuality is a sacred thing. It's not something you should be watching with your children on television, right? If you're sitting and you're watching a Game of Thrones with your 11-year-old, right? That's probably unhealthy to do. What are you teaching them by doing that, right? You're inviting them into a lifestyle of pornography is what you're doing. Pornography is an evil and that we need to root out of our society. And it begins in your home. by teaching your children that their sexual nature is sacred and it's holy and it's wonderful. It's not something evil or something that is sinful. It's a wonderful thing that needs to be guided into a healthy form of sexuality that finds its purpose in another human being rather than in your hand, right? Let's see here. Okay. Connect with the grove within. That's right. All hail the great and venerable goddess Celadwin, our wonderful patron of this program here. We need to get back to our family talking circle bar. Yeah, family talking circle, very important to have that. I eat dinners with my children. A few times a week, I make sure we sit down and eat. Get rid of your tablets at the dinner table. No, 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 no. And then we do our meditations together. Yeah, that's very important. I have like a pocket grove. I've taken things from my grove that's out in the wilderness, and I brought into my home. That it's just a few rocks and a feather and other symbolic things that are there. I got my wife got me a little wooden rabbit and a wooden tortoise. These are all things in our we have a corner in our house for just a focus where we light a candle. Those are important symbols for community growth, right? Much of what we're doing today, we're always too busy for that, right? And that's healthy to have that. Trinity's always sharing nice pictures of her family, right? On our Discord. Join our Discord. We have a wonderful Discord community. For the price of a cup of coffee, you could support what I'm doing. Christ is the Lord and Savior of souls. I don't believe in salvation. You cannot prove to me that I need to be saved from any deity. There's no way to prove that I need to be saved. No way at all. You have to make up your own arguments based on whatever, right? There's no evidence that I need to be saved. Now, there is evidence that I could be a better person. And if your religion can help me to do that, that's wonderful, right? Katarina, good to see you. Mel Brooks once said on History of the World Part 1, Romans had a God for everything except premature ejaculation. But he was coming soon. Oh, jeez. Yeah, he's a wonderful entertainer, right? May the Swartz be with you, my friends. There's nothing more dangerous in the world than a group of people that think their actions are justified, holy, and aligned with their God. Yeah. I mean, if your God is an asshole, everything you do is wonderful, right? And you're just being an asshole to other people. Oh, let's see here. The Archons. Yes, that's them. I am that I am. I have no gods, a godless, hopeful, beautiful one who knows I'm pretty chill. Good, going to need new wine. So, yeah, the idea of a deity, right? You shouldn't have to believe in it. It is still going to be loving you. That's the idea that you have to believe in it first in order to be loved by it. That is a terrible and evil thing that should be exposed. The deity should love you and want what is beneficial to you. And the idea of connecting to it with your intellect should be optional. If that's something that, if it manifests to you, that is something for your benefit, right? That needed. Like I heard from a deity, when I was 20 years old. I needed to hear that. That was beneficial to me at that time. Why don't I hear that now? I don't know. That's all I needed to hear, right? But the idea that I have to have the right. What about people with Alzheimer's or little children? They don't have the right ideas, right? They should still be loved by the deity. A deity that needs you to have the right ideas is pathetic. And that's something that should be addressed, that should be called out by these, Christian apologists and Muslim apologists. The idea that they need to convince you, you have to be convinced. Why can't the deity just love me? right? Let's see here. The archons. Jesus taught that we are divine. I hope so. Oh, man. It could be very true, Father Bond. I am open to that. Good. Where there's capitalism, religion, there's a Ponzi scheme. Yeah. Now that's the problem in the United States, right? You have the modern politics and religion is quite intermingled, which gave birth to the Church of Satan, to contradict it, right? Oh man, where are we at here? Let's see. Yoni worship is very tantric centric. The swimming and exercise doing really good. You're just cleaning your room today, Roku. Wonderful. And how is your lovely lady doing? We haven't seen her stop in a while. Medieval art and architecture is filled with perverse and pornographic images. We've always been that way. Yeah. We've always been murderous and treacherous beings as well. That doesn't mean that we should continue that way. Yeah. There's no excuse for it, and it's really destroying our society. I am 100% against it. Nothing worse than a cave coon. Oh, man. Jambo, brother of Rambo, is here. Good to have you here. It's almost time for the Passover. Yeah, I don't keep up, Amat. I don't keep up. Are you having a Passover meal? You're a Muslim, right? You think of Coco Jambo when I see his name, yeah. Coco Jambo, Bunny Egg Day. Damn, gotta get that picture framed for the artwork, 9x11. Yeah. Oh man, where are we at here? Put the sacred back in sex. That's right. Sacred, yeah, that's I've always taught my children, right, that this reality is something that is in you, that is powerful and primal. And you have the responsibility to make it beautiful. And if you don't do that, you are the one that's suffering. Other people are not. You are not growing. If you don't learn to tame your energies, you have a responsibility to guide your primordial reality, those energies, to make them better, to make them greater. That's your responsibility. No one else is going to do that to you. And that's what I try to teach my children in telling them about sexuality and how to navigate in society, learning how to use the fast forward button. I've told my sons, you're going to be exposed to this on your media. Now, the proper response is to immediately look away, because if you don't, you may never stop looking. And then, the women become an object for you rather than persons, right? Because there's so much chemicals up here. Once you start looking at that stuff, you may never stop. You'll be like these guys driving down the street. You see the woman's ass, and now you're driving off the road. You're enslaved. You're enslaved. You need to learn to respect human beings and to love them with your body in an appropriate way rather than using them as objects. I've tried to guide my family in seeing the other as that, right? Let's see here. Where am I at? Oh, yeah, always chasing that high. Yeah. Why do you trust yourself? I don't know. Moulin Rouge. Oh, no. I don't think anyone should have sex. We've done enough. Yeah, we've put a stop to it, right? Yeah. Think about how many evil people are the result of sex. Well, the idea of evil is in all of us, right? It's something we need to tame. It's something that we all have that capacity. We can use that reality to make us greater and better, right? This drive that we have within us, this pride, to want to conquer, you have to learn to tame it, to make it better. Don't be humping my leg. Yeah. Save yourself from your own bullshit. No one's coming to save you. Tell him, Trampus Master has spoken. No one is going to save you, damn it. We don't talk about the Israelis here. We're not doing that shit. Not interested in the politics. Tinfoil hat wear. Good to see you, our good friend. Hello, sir. I have a bit of personal question. Do you have any siblings? And if so, are they also bots? I have a brother, and I have sisters that my father was into breeding as well with anyone and anything that came his way. So I do have other relatives out there that I've never known, but I've known my brother. He is the son of my mother and my stepfather. He is not into what I am in. I've over the years I've tried to convert him, to Christianity, and now that I'm a heathen, I've never really had good conversation. My brother lives on the other side of, the United States, so we never have conversation. Last time I see my brother was over 20 years ago, and we drank a case of wine, several bottles of wine together, and talked about video games. He has never been into to religion. Now he's had religious experiences. His wife is a Christian. They got their children baptized. I think they are Lutheran or something. I don't know. But he is not into what I'm into. Let's see here. Yeah, no politics. I'm excited for the new Spider-Man movie coming out. It's going to have the Punisher in it. Yeah. Some of the good Punisher movies, that old one from the 90s, that was a really good one. The Punisher, yeah. That's going to be interesting. Spider-Man and the Punisher together. Very interesting. Oh, my. All of these wonderful people here. Oh, look at the time flying by, right? Another 30 minutes here for your spiritual entertainment privilege. Here, 7 days a week for you. Always having these wonderful conversations. Go up and touch that button up there, right above Canada, and said that like button. I do this every day. I am here for you, my friends. Ongoing conversation. And I plan on being here for the next 25 years, as long as you people keep paying me. Thank you for your commitment to what I do here. Oh, look, it is Swampy. Good to see you, our good friend, the Swampy. Good to have you here for your spiritual entertainment in the morning. Oh, let's see here. The Slothator. Excuse me. Are you some type of dinosaur that's a sloth? You don't agree with them? Who don't you agree with, my friend? I don't know that. They don't agree? What do you mean by you don't agree? I don't understand. Oh, let's see here. Make it the real bitch master. Yeah. Oh, look, it's Whining Mark has returned. He's calling me a woke face, dummy with a cape. He was calling me liberal. I don't even talk about politics here. But he has all of these. That makes me want to join your side. Do you represent the political party of the asshole? Is that what you are part of, the asshole party here? I'm not interested in your politics, the way that you're displaying them at all. Doesn't seem any value in being a dick to people. You are you people are. I don't know why you're doing that. I mean, I'm just doesn't make me interested in what you're doing. Let's see. You ain't lying. A lot of perverts in society, and it's getting worse. Women and men. Yeah. A lot of women are being more women than men, right? More women than men. Women have always been historically objectified, right? Just treated as sexual objects. They don't have the dignity that they deserve, right? And and that's something we need to grow up as a humanity. It's a shame, right? That, like, for instance, women got a right to vote, like maybe 100 years ago, right? Women have historically been treated terribly as just the object of the man, and that's we will never evolve as long as our women are just our sex toys, right? We will never evolve as a species. That is something that we need to overcome. Effing trolls, damn it. Sorry to hear that, man, but glad you have a family at least. Oh, what happened? Lovely to see you, sir. Always a tranquil time when you're streaming. Yeah, glad to have you here. Glad to have you here. Good morning. It's a lovely morning to have a breakfast sandwich. Dominic Gonzalez, you're having a breakfast sandwich. Look at you. What are you having today, sir, for your breakfast sandwich? Oh, let's see. Yeah. This dude seems chill. I'm digging it. Well, glad that you're here. Like and subscribe. Go touch that button up there, right above Kedwin's head. That thumb. If you think that I am chill, that helps me to chill even more. Yeah. Oh, let's see here. Where are we at here? Geode Rocks. Good to have you here, Geode Rocks. You need Jesus in your life. That it's evil. Why am I being disqualified by you by not having Jesus in my life? Jesus has been thoroughly in my life. I don't know why you say I need him in my life. Because I'm not doing it your way? Is that what the problem is? Why do you make this judgment? I thought, doesn't God judge the heart, not you? Why can't I have Jesus in my heart? Why do I have to do it your way? Right? I mean, think about it. You have all of these Christian people. There's over 10,000 denominations. And they all say they want Jesus in your heart. And if you're not doing it their way, then their Sunday sermon is about why they hate your church. I mean, it's really pathetic. You need to do less judging and more loving, my friend. And then you'll have greater results in your life. Less judging, more loving. Christian people, stop comparing yourself to other people. Start doing good in the world. Stop saying, why am I not like them? Because that creates an illusion that you are spiritual when you ain't shit. You ain't shit. You're just saying, I'm not like them. Therefore, I am spiritual. What makes you spiritual is your activity, how you are loving other people. That's what makes you spiritual. Not your, I'm not like them. Stop living in that illusion. All right. Let's see. Where are we at here? Scrolling through. You think Marvel created the Punisher in the 80s? Yeah. There was a movie in the 90s of the Punisher, or it might have been later 80s. I remember seeing it. It was quite well done. Let's see here. Nothing. You need Kedwin in your life. Damn it. NPC Jesus clankers are coming into the chat now. Your grandma needed her husband's permission for a credit card. Yeah. Look at that. Even though she had her own job and her own money. Yeah. Some of I got to have my wife's permission sometimes to do things. My wife, we work together. You know, sometimes you have that dynamic in a relationship where you have different jobs that you do. Right? You work together. You are a community. You're not one is greater than the other. Like wives submit to your husbands. That's bullshit. It's each submit to each other. Create a community bond of love where you're working together. I have the difficult job of having the last word, where I have to say, this is what we are going to do. That is a difficult job to have. My wife has all these other hats that she wears as well. She runs the money department. Like I have to say, can I get, for instance, people keep telling me, get a P.O. box. I have to consult with my wife because she's the one that runs the money. She goes, we don't have it in the finances yet. You need to make more money. Go out and hit the streets, do some prostitution, and then you can get a P.O. box. She said she would do that to me. Can you believe that? Like I could never ever do that to her. She's like, yeah, I would do that. You remember that movie, Indecent Proposal? If that was you, I would say yes. She has no problem pimping me out. I could never do that to her. And she's dead serious about it too. She says, $1 million? Yes, I will pimp you out. On the pool table with, what was the person in that movie? What was this? Peter Fonda? It wasn't. Was it Richard Fonda? I can't remember who it was. Or one of those handsome actors from the 80s, right? Demi Moore and Woody Harrelson were in it. And the guy who made the indecent proposal, I forgot what his name was. He was that historical actor. But she's like, yeah, I'll pimp you out to him. $1 million, no problem. No problem. Oh, let's see here. Even though she had a job and her own money. Yeah. My good grinder buddy Steve is here. Good to have you here. Good morning, Bard and Bardians. Good to have you here. Yeah, I was talking to Steve yesterday because we have, there's this crazy Christian man that he's put on the Discord channel that's just filled with so much anger and hatred. We stop in to troll him every now and then, say, accept Caradon as your personal savior. He had blocked me, so I can't do anything in there anymore. But he's just filled with all of this anger and rage. I don't know why people are attracted to that. I don't understand why you want to listen to someone like that. Let's see here. Oh, the God of Israel is the supreme being. Sure he is. Sure he is. Yeah, screw your supreme being. All right, where are we at here? Regular men couldn't vote either until it changed as well. Only landowners had the right to vote, then it changed, yeah. Yeah, but historically, women have always had the bad deal, right? They're always treated as inferior rather than as complementary, right? Women and men are not the same. We don't do the same stuff. We don't see the world the same way. But we are equal in value and how we, and that's something we need to recognize in one another. Let's see. Yahweh is a disgraceful God. Divine feminine and masculine, naturally. You have to see the divine in the other, right? As I have no problem telling people, I worship my wife. She is the manifestation of the goddess in this world to me. I have no problem seeing her as the greatest thing in my life. No problem at all. And vice versa for her, right? Yeah, that's the problem. The divine feminine has been rooted out, where when you see only the man as the representation of divinity, the other is excluded, right? That is an unhealthy balance. Balance is the key, as Trappist Bowmaster said. Take care of many. Take care of yourself. The hand of the lion when needed the touch of the mother for love. Indeed, indeed. No, like banks wouldn't let women get credit cards without husband's permission. Damn, that's terrible, right? Terrible, terrible, terrible. Got to call the bank up. Yeah. Can I get your permission form from your husband? Yeah. Isn't that terrible? That's disgraceful. Honor thy mother and father all the days. Well, what if your mother and father are terrible, right? There's a different respect. You always respect your parental figures, but you don't have to agree with them, right? I appreciate my mother, I appreciate my parents, and I don't always agree with them. Growing up, Shiva and Shakti, perfect balance between divine and masculine, divine feminine. The women's suffrage, that was the vast majority of women during that time, didn't want the right to vote because they'd be eligible for the draft. Yeah, see, that's the thing. That's an imbalance that they worked out of the legal system, right? Women and men are not the same. I don't have a problem with women being in the military, but I think that they don't have the same capacity as our friend here, Trampus Bowmaster, right? He was in the military for many years. And he could pick up a gentleman, throw him over his back. Women can't do that. Women operate differently. But that doesn't mean they can't do the same things that men can do, but they do it differently, right? I think that there's nothing wrong with seeing differences in people. Religion still subjugates women. Still, that is a fact. That is certainly a fact, and it's Christianity and Islam, right? They are the ones doing this. Tara was asked to reincarnate as a man, so she'd be called a Buddha. She said, "Screw that. As long as there will be people suffering on this plane, she will remain feminine forever." What a beautiful thing. We don't need your Lord and Master here, Ahmed. We're not interested in it. Not interested in it. Mother of the Buddhas. Ooh, what an honor. Destroy scammers too. I stand for immigrants, homeless women, black, and certain apostate. What the hell does that mean? The way of the samurai. Oh my goodness here. Shiva Olam Tat Sat. Be a samurai. Okay. Let me get out my magical sword. You've seen a couple women who could out soldier me. You're not afraid to admit that they are a rare breed. Yeah, there's certainly women of great power. Yeah, there certainly are. Let's see. Yeah. There's all things. Everything has a conversation, right? Everything has a place. Everything has a purpose. Equality does not mean that you have all of the same skills. Yeah, you share in the mystery of living, and we all do it differently. We all do it in our own way. We are not greater than the opposite. You need the opposite to be whole. You need the opposite to be complete, right? Greetings, Theo. You are now the painter that you have grown from the maggots. Theo the painter. He is our esoteric artist here. Theo the painter, with his pentagram there to scare away unwanted individuals from appreciating his wonderful form of esoteric art. Glad to have you here, Theo the painter, and all of our wonderful friends that are here. I will be here for 13 more minutes, my friends. 13 more minutes for your spiritual entertainment, and then I will return back tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will be with you, and I will be here tonight. If you go to that link down below, that is my D&D channel where I play D&D, always D&D stuff on there for your enjoyment. Lots of humor, lots of fun, always having a good time on there. I don't like watching the game myself, but there are people that do. If you like watching D&D stuff, there you go. Right? I never watched, what is it, that Matt guy, that he has that famous D&D show, Matt Mercer. I've never watched it at all. I'm not interested in watching the game. I think I watched, some clips when he had Minsk and Boo on there. I thought that was funny, but I don't enjoy watching it. I mean, it's like, why not watch someone play Monopoly? I mean, is that interesting to you? I don't like watching. I don't even like watching sports games, really. So that's not what. But some people, you find that entertaining. So if you find that entertaining, you can come visit us tonight. We'll be on around 4:35 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be playing our D&D game, which is set in the kingdom of Cormia. In the later 1400s Day of Reckoning time. I try to keep everything canon. I try to be true to the lore of the world, the history. I was at one time in my early years what is called a Forgotten Realms canonist. If you go over to what is called the Candlekeep Forum, which is a website, they have archived all of the history of the Forgotten Realms. That was my stomping grounds. That's where my education was. The Forgotten Realms was something I grew up with, and I love it. There's so much depth there, so much lore, more than most role-playing games. The only thing that I've seen that really comes close is the Warhammer 40K. They have so much stuff in Warhammer, real deep lore as well. But the Forgotten Realms, very, very deep. all kinds of stuff, information. And I try to bring my players into the experience of that, where they feel they are immersed in the world and they're able to, go and fight bad guys and have a good time and laugh. There's never a session where someone doesn't laugh, because I am the comedian. That is part of my D&D gaming, is to get people to laugh in some way, and to have a good time fighting some monsters. Oh, let's see. Blessing and abundance to all. The Owl. Bart, are you going to recite some poetry? You want me to find something, one of my poems here? Let me find something for you. I have my poetry list is upstairs, but I can find something here. Let me see here, that I have on my files here in my documents here. Let me bring something up. This one is a classic one. My Ceridwen. Sweet maiden, mother and crone, come to my heart and make it home. Take my hand, and together we'll see the wonder of the world unveiled in all its mystery. As your bard, I'll tell your tales, just like your old minstrels of Wales. With joyful voice, I will always sing our sweet pleasures that you bring. O my Ceridwen and sweet lady divine, your cauldron is richer than aged wine. By your side I find the sacred place, surrendered wholly to your embrace. There you are. There's your poem for the day from my collection of poetry. I haven't wrote anything in a while. It comes and it goes, right? When you write poetry. I mean, if I wanted to, I could sit down and write something every day, but I feel that's very generic. But I'm waiting for something in the future that I get all of these poems that I have. I think I still have a playlist of. It's called Druidic Poetry, a playlist on my. If you go to my page there, it's all there. All these playlists I have. It's called Druidic Poetry, where I made all of these poems that were inspired from my grove, inspired by Ceridwen. Oh, let's see here. Where am I at? You'll be there. Thank you, Bob. So you're going to watch our D&D game tonight. Yeah, we're a wonderful group of players. Oh, let's see here. Have a great rest of your day. Good afternoon, Blake, our good friend from the land of the ancestors. My Welsh friend here, Blake. I hope you are doing well. Did someone say Wales? You've been serving. Yeah, I was reciting that poem there about Ceridwen, because that's where she comes from, right? She is our ancestral memory. Yeah, Ceridwen was a real person, and all of these legends and lore developed around her, right, where she entered into the mythological memory of my Welsh ancestors, and now is a goddess, right? That's a lot of my Welsh ancestors. They were gods. I mean, the apotheosis, right? I think that's appropriate, right? KDR4716. Good to have you here. You always love your poetry. Thank you. I appreciate that very much. I'm not very good at it. I enjoy doing it every now and then, but there are wonderful. We have wonderful poets in our community, and eventually we're going to have a poetry night. We still haven't agreed on the time, and the participation is really, really low. If we want it to be an hour long, we're probably going to need some more people that are involved with it, right? Or be real fast, be in and out. But maybe that's what it'll be. Gwendolyn is in charge of our future poetry night on our Discord channel. If you're interested, contact Gwendolyn on our Discord channel and try to work with her. You are terrible at poetry? Yeah, I think I am as well. I use a thesaurus. There's a rhyming reality within. And working that out. It's a lot of work for me. Some people like here now, Gwendolyn likes she writes wonderful poetry, um, but I am quite. It takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot of work to put that on the paper, and I really struggle in doing it. But when it comes out, it's quite enjoyable. When I finally get to you're thinking 7 to split the difference between 6 and 8. Yeah, we're still working through it to see where we'll be at in the future. So if you're interested on the Discord, our Discord community here, contact Gwendolyn. Poetry night. Everyone, you can bring your own poems or other people's poems, just to share. It's just to have a good time. You don't have to be an expert. You know, whatever you would like to share. That's what it's about, right? And you don't need to show your face because it's on Discord, just your voice. You can show your face. I plan on showing my face because Discord, you got that option, right? You can just hear voice or you could have face and voice. I will be recording it. I will be putting it up on YouTube for other people to experience as well. So it's going. We're going to have a good time with it in the future. Contact Gwendolyn, and she will work with you. Yeah, you can bring a poem. Bring a poem. Have a good time. Whatever. If you have a favorite poet, right? Bring the poetry. Let's see. Oh, did you see my grove I've been working on? No, I haven't. I haven't. You have a grove that you have out in the wilderness or something. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff on Discord that I don't keep up with, and I apologize. I mean, I stop in there a few times a day to say hello or whatever to catch up. But there's lots and lots of material on there from our community that unfortunately I don't have the time to sift through. We have wonderful moderators on there that keep up with everything, but I don't always get to get through everything on there. I had someone ask me about mushrooms yesterday. I'm like, I don't understand what you're asking. They said something about shipping them. I don't remember ever talking about shipping mushrooms. I remember eating them. I don't remember shipping. Let's see here. I see you. I likely read one of my own and then one of your favorites. All right, Roku, you take care of yourself. You take care of yourself, our good friend. You post a pic again to show you, Bart. All right, wonderful. Wonderful. Yeah, grove. There's lots of beautiful groves out there in the world, right? That people find a sacred place in the wilderness where you go to commune with nature or your gods or yourself. Stay blessed, everyone. You have to go for now. Take care. Our good friend, American Maker, my neighbor. Always nice to hear from you, my friend. Yeah, we're approaching the end here as well. I'll be with you 2 more minutes. 2 more minutes for any last comments or questions. Mr. Bunny needs to stop licking his foot down here. Stop doing that. I'm going to spray your foot after the show. I'm going to spray your foot. We'll get Mr. Bunny wants to say goodbye here. We will go out with Mr. Bunny here. Out with Bunny Love here for our last few moments here. Mr. Bunny here. Do you have anything to say to all your... Look how serious he is. Look at his little... Now, right below here, like below his chin, he's got a little white beard. It's really adorable. I don't think you can see it. He's got a little white beard. He's like an old man. He's an old sage of a rabbit, aren't you? Just adorable. And if he would, he'd let me pet him just for hours. Just sit here and pet him. He loves to be pet. He just sits there. He would be. My daughter's working on I told her I'd give her $5 an hour to record how long the bunny challenge, how long he would let be pet for. And so that's something to come. She's still working on it. $5 just to pet a bunny, $5 an hour, and record it. And I'm going to put it in fast forward motion, of course. The bunny challenge. How long will Mr. Bunny let you pet him? Yeah, he's such an adorable creature. And I appreciate all you people here that come here every day and for your spiritual entertainment. having these conversations together. Thank you for all your commitment to what we do here. And I will be back with you tomorrow, my friends, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, or you can watch us play D&D tonight. I hope everyone has a great rest of your day here. Take care, my friends.